We're going to make the item pickup now. So in our content drawer, go to your core folder. In the item system, let's create a new folder and name this blueprints. Inside of this blueprints folder, let's right click and create a new blueprint class and make it of type actor. Let's name this BP underscore pickup underscore base. Let's open this up. And in here, instead of this default scene root, which is this little icon here, I'm going to add in a scene and drag and drop this on top of this default scene root, and they'll just get rid of that. Now I'm going to add in a static mesh and name this item underscore model. While having the item model selected, I'm going to go ahead and search for collision and then add in a sphere collision. Compile this, and then let's make the sphere collision about like 40. And also I'm going to scroll down and under collision presets, where I'm going to set this to custom. And where it says interact, I'm going to set this to block. This is how we make our collision work with our interact system. Now I'm going to add in a couple of variables that we require. First variable that we need is the s_item info. And this would be of type s_item info. Make this instance editable and also expose on spawn. Next variable is stack size. Make this of type integer. The stack size is basically how many of that item is there on the floor. Although it could be just one model, you could give them like a stack of 5. If they pick up one apple, you can give them like 3 apples instead when they collect it. And again, make this instance editable and expose on spawn. You can choose to leave it at 1, but I'm going to make it so that if they pick up a chocolate bar, they're going to get like maybe an additional chocolate bar if they have enough luck or something like that. Let's go ahead, compile and save. Next, what I'm going to do is to go to the construction script and drag off of this construction script, and I'm going to say get data table rows, row names, sorry, and set this to DT item data. And out of this out row names, I'm going to go ahead and search for random array items. So it's going to shuffle through the entire item data table, and it's going to give me something that is a random item from the data table. So this way, I don't have to go and set up item by item. I can use this random item generator in conjunction with our dedicated blueprint for each and every single item. So I'm going to use a mix of both. So here, once we get the random item, I'm going to go ahead and drag off of this execution and say get data table row and connect this to the actual row name and set this to DT item data. And now I'm going to drag this s_item info and connect this to the row and then do a set and then connect this out row into this s_item info, just like this. And I'm going to now drag in the item model, and then I'm going to say set static mesh and connect this here as such, and then also drag off of this structure and then do a break s_item info, and then you have the static mesh of the item. Plug this in here just like this. And that's it for building the actual item. This will, every time you move this blueprint, it's going to randomly select a line item from this data table, and it's going to set it up in the game. Now let's do the interact function really quickly. We're going to go to our class settings, and then where we have our implemented interfaces, we're going to search for BPI underscore interact. And this will give us the two interface function. So let's go ahead and implement this interact, implement event. And now we want to communicate with the player as to, add this item to the bag, just like how we did the add weapon to backpack. We want to do the same thing for items as well. Let's go ahead and create our interface function. So in our interfaces folder, BPI interact, I'm going to create a new function. This would be add items to backpack. It's going to have a couple inputs. The first one is going to be s_item info. This would be of type s_item info. The second one is going to be the stack size. So this is how many we're going to pick up and add at one time. So let's go ahead and save that and compile it. Now we can go ahead and close it. And back in our BP base, if I go ahead and compile, I'll see the add items to backpack function available. Now I'm going to get my player character. And off of this player character, I'm going to say add items to backpack, and I should get my message here. So let's go ahead and connect this here like this. Now drag my S item info in here. And then also my stack size, I'm going to plug it in here just like that. And for the stack size, right now it's set to 0. So I want to randomize it. It's not going to be like a set number. So off of event begin play, random integer in range. So you want to get the random integer in range. Minimum is going to be at least one piece. They're going to collect at least one piece. Maximum, let's say 4. And this return value is going to be my stack size. So I'm going to connect this stack size to my event begin play and then connect this here just like that. So each item that I collect, I would get anywhere from 1 to 4 pieces of that item when I collect it. So now in my game, I'm going to go ahead and then drag that item in there. So in my item system blueprints, now I'm going to drag this blueprint into the map, and then immediately I see some problems. The first problem that I see is some of these models are rather small and some of them are big. So if I move this down, I can see that the chip bag is like really, really large. So the chocolate is really big. So the easiest way to fix it is go to your content drawer and find where this item is downloaded. So for me, it's inside of the fab folder and it's named as chocolate bar. I'm going to right click on it and click on edit. And then on the right here where it says details, I'm going to go and search for scale, and then there should be a build scale for you. And this one, I'm going to set it to like 0.2 all the way around. And then now press save. And when you close it, it's going to ask you if you want to apply this level of detail changes, and you say yes. And that will resize the chocolate down to a smaller size. Again, this is still large, so it's going to be trial and error for you to edit the model. And this is kind of like an easier way to get things done compared to having to take this to a third-party software and then try to fix it. Okay, chocolate bar looks good. That's that. So this is a small trick for you to edit your, resize your static meshes inside the game. I'm going to hold down Alt, and then I'm going to drag, and this will give me a different item. And then again, I'm just going to put a couple of these around the map just like this. And now before we play, we need to finish the functionality of these items. So let's go to our third-person character blueprints. And in here, we already have the event add weapon to backpack. We need to do that for the items as well, so the item can be picked up. So here where it says add items to backpack, I'm going to go ahead and right click on it and then implement the event. And here I'm going to drag my BPC backpack and then say add to backpack and then select the items. Connect the execution pin, connect the S item info and also the stack size just like this. Compile and save. One more thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to item system blueprints, and here once the interact here is completed, I'm going to go ahead and say destroy actor. So it kind of disappears from the map as soon as we pick up. And also for the weapon, I want to do the same thing as well. So in the weapon system blueprints, I'm going to go to the weapon base, and then here I'm going to destroy. And this is the best part of having the base weapon and then also the children of it. So right now, if I didn't create this base weapon, I have to go through the pistol and then do the destroy actor, and then I have to go through AR4 and do the destroy actor. But because I have the weapon base set up here, I can just set it up on the weapon base and it will apply to both of these BP at the same time. Now imagine your game is rather large and you have like hundreds of weapons. You don't want to go and do it one by one. You want to have one BP that controls like the basic functionality, while the actual blueprint of the weapon will have like specific functionality of it. Let's go ahead and save all. And the last part is the event feed. So let's go to our content drawer, backpack system, BPC backpack. We already have the handle pickup feed function, so we're just going to use this for our items as well. So first I'm going to pull this handle pickup feed a little further back to make some room, drag off of this type, and then I'm going to do a switch function, and this would be switch on E slot types. Connect this to the execution pin, and the weapons will be connected to this existing branch right here. And for the item, I'm going to just copy this entire functionality here and then just paste it somewhere down here, just like this. And now drag off of this item and then connect it here like that. I'm going to go ahead and say get name here, and then that should fix that. And then now all I have to do here is instead of the S weapon, the weapon info, I just need to insert the items info. So I'm going to delete this I'm going to say get, right click and say get item info. And I can drag off of this, break it, and then now the name, I can plug it in here just like this, and then the portrait, just like so. And now I can go ahead and hide the unconnected pins right here. And I have to do the same thing here where it has S weapons info. I'm going to go ahead and copy this item's info and then delete and paste it here and set this name here just like that and the portrait. And again, quantity is going to be 1. And that's it for the handle pickup function. Now we just need to go to the add to backpack items. And where we are incrementing or decrementing our local quantity, this is where we're actually picking up the item. So we want to drag our handle pickup feed in here, just like this. And then get item info. This is basically what we have here in our input in our function. So I'm going to drag this item info and then do a break first. We put it up here, move this out a little to make some room. And then I'm going to drag this item info directly into this item info for now, and then also drag the name into this handle pickup, and then move this down. And set this to type item. And then now I'm going to select this whole thing, move this a little further back, like so. And then we have another quantity local that we're decrementing. I'm just going to plug this in here, just like that. So now if I go ahead and if I press play, and I reach this soda can, and then if I press F, I should see the soda can on the screen. Chocolate bar, 3 chocolate bars were picked up, 1 spray, 2 baked beans, 1 wine, chips, an AR4, and a pistol. Now if I press tab, I have everything available in my inventory. And that's it for the functionality of the items pickup, and also we have done setting up the item feed as well. I would really appreciate it if you have come this far in this tutorial series to hit that like button and also subscribe to show me your support. Your support allows me to make more and more content like this, which allows me to reach out to more and more developers just like you. I really appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good luck.